So Blitzball actually has to start off in the beginning and kind of has a throw up type of thing, but the side that gets the throw up is always determined beforehand. It's no like rock paper scissors or random or any like stat versus stat. It's always one team over the other, and then at halftime, it actually automatically goes to the other team. And after if say you score a goal, the other team will get the ball automatically, and vice versa. So the game automatically sets you to auto, where the characters play by themselves. That is actually really bad. The AI for the Blitzball is just terrible. So you actually want to set it to manual. You can do that by hitting triangle, and then it shows you asks what formation you want to do. I don't really use the formations much, mainly just because I control the characters all I really want. Just run play. Hit square in order to throw the ball. So you get a choice to have no break this guy, the first guy, or break the second guy. What breaking does is it means you take their attack versus your endurance. If your endurance hits 0 versus their attack, they'll actually steal the ball from you. So, I mean, 3 and 3 is 6 against my 7. You'd normally think that that'd be fine, but there's actually a luck skill, or a luck stat in this, to where they can do more than the 3. But they can also do less. So sometimes it's a gamble, so you don't want to always play right up against the thing. I'm actually going to pass the ball, and they only have... And when you pass or shoot, it goes against their block. Letty is very good at passing, so I'm going to pass versus their 3 block, so I'm likely to be able to pass it right off. I'm going to throw it to my character. I actually have my webcam in the way of being able to read the people, but that's okay. I know who's where. I can mainly tell from just their stats, but I can also tell otherwise. So you want to get really close to the goal if you're going to shoot. Though this really sucks. I'm not likely to make this at all. Yeah, like I said, since it was 9 out of 10, he still took it because he had a higher chance to do it. So the numbers aren't exact, but it's still to a point a numbers game. So you just kind of want to use that as best as you can. And when the other team has it, you actually can't control anybody, so that is set to auto, but that's not really a huge deal. Most of the AI is set to just go straight towards them if they're close. There's a speed stat. Unfortunately, the Luger goers are faster than most of my characters. It's quite okay. This guy's a low stack. I'm gonna see if I can pass it as tight as I can and not have so many blockers. So for the first half of the game, actually, you don't really have. It didn't allow me to choose anything, so I wasn't allowed to choose any of my skills. So I actually don't have any skills, which really sucks. I'm gonna lose the ball here anyway. So I'm going to take a chance to dribble it, but yeah, I knew I was going to lose the ball. But without any skills or anything, you're not likely to really score. You can, but it all just matters up to the game. So really what I want to do is more waste the time and stop them from scoring. This first match is usually not a high scoring game, so stopping them from scoring altogether is really what you want to do. As you can tell, the catch, or CA, is the goalkeeper's stat. It's tremendously low for the beginning. Tifa is not a great goalie by any means. Really trying to get the attention of characters down there, but I'm not, so I'm go ahead and pass it. Jasu. Ultimately, what I want to do to get Titus closer to the goal without having so many defenders is to draw out the defenders and then pass it to Titus. Try to get as close as possible. What you can actually do is you can actually stop. If you have a guy on you, you can actually stop to him and try to dribble. And if you do that, it takes them a little bit of time to recover in order to actually block you again. So I'm going to try to shoot, but yeah, I actually get to shoot. So we'll see if I actually make it. The further the ball travels, the lower your shot goes down. But there you go. Now I actually made it. So since I got a score, ultimately I actually just have to stop them from making a goal, and I win. Though I'm gonna want to still try to make more goals, of course, like any other game, to stop them from doing it. But also mainly because they do have some pretty good shooters, especially compared to my crappy goalie. So having 1 point is kind of scary, and you're not likely to be able to keep that lead.
And it's halftime.
But getting one goal on that first part is definitely helpful. So it shows the experience here. It actually shows the other team and your team. So you gain the experience based on multiple different factors: whether or not you pass it, whether or not you shoot, whether or not you catch, whether or not you hold the ball or whatnot. Of course, I mainly just used my guy. They shot a couple times, so the goalkeeper gained some experience, and Letty gained a little bit, but not enough to level up. Just doing different things with those characters allows you to gain experience. One of the best ways to really, if you're just trying to gain experience during the game, one of the best ways is to kind of just pass the ball back and forth through your characters. It's one waste the time up. So if you're ahead, you can just pass the ball back and forth, and sometimes it confuses the AI. So that's one of the ways in order to gain the experience. Another way is to get abilities, and using the abilities you do a lot. So Titus defaultly has the sphere shot, which is a decent ability. What it does is it basically takes his amount of shooting and kind of does a random generator above, so from that number and a certain number above it, and then whatever he hits when he actually shoots is what number he keeps. I'm actually going to put the jet shot on though, because the jet shot's really nice because it takes out 2 defenders and then shoots with a +5 shot. So you take his shot, you add 5, and then you knock out 2 defenders so they can't defend or block or do anything at all. So it's definitely nice in this instance for sure. So I've actually drawn the guy decently away from Titus, but actually the Luca goers are pretty good with their speed stat, so they're likely to catch up. But that's okay. If I waited too long, then the enemy their guys would have been on Letty, and I would have lost the ball. So I'm gonna get really close and personal, since I don't need. Since I don't have to worry about having multiple people blocking me, I had the ability to get a lot closer, which is going to almost ensure that I make this goal. Another thing about this match is that 2.5 minutes into this last half, Titus leaves the match and we play as Waka. So even though I used basically all my hit points, and now I can't use the jet shot again because I didn't have enough hit points to sustain more than one shot, because abilities take hit points as well as moving around and basically doing anything. When you're basically out of hit points, you can't really do much. It doesn't like take the guy out of the match or anything, but it severely limits what you can do. So conserving that is really really good at what you want to do. But you don't really need to conserve it in this, because like I said, Walker comes out in a little bit. So right now I just kind of got to waste time until that happens, and then honestly just waste time after that. Anyway, I can try to continue to make shots, but I don't really need to. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass to Jasu, so I'm kind of just, I'm basically just gonna kind of swim back and forth until the time comes. That just doesn't have enough hit points to really make another shot. If I got close enough and had no defenders, I could do it, but that's alright. This is a little higher than 250, but yeah, okay, there it goes.
The fans are getting impatient. They're calling for some action.
Score 2 goals, and they're calling for some action because I score 2 goals. I even used the magnificent jet shot Mark III. And it's just not enough.
Everyone seems to be calling.
I want the guy that lost every
Waka,
match in his entire career, other than the one right before this. Whatever.
Say, where is that player going? He's leaving the sphere pool. He may be injured.
So it seems like you can just easily do a timeout, but
to be honest, I did kind of feel left out. But
you can, of course, pause the game.
It really was the Oryx and Waka show, after all.
I do all the work, and now Waka gets the glory.
I wonder what's happening. The crowd is going wild. Oh, it's Waka. He's back on the field and ready to go. The Aurochs seem glad to have him back.
So all I have to do is waste basically 2 minutes of time in the game. And like you see, the time actually pauses whenever actions are happening, whether or not they're shooting or really doing anything. Keep actually gaining that level, gained him more catch, which is nice. Not a whole lot more, it's still considerably low compared to others. But that's okay, it should be enough that I can actually win this match. But like I said before, even if you don't win the match, I still continue on the game. It's just a different cutscene afterwards. So shooting's actually one of the things I waste the most time, because as soon as it leaves your hand, the clock continues to tick on, and it continues to tick as the goalie does their animation. So really one of the best ways to just waste time, if you don't really care about gaining the experience or anything, is to just shoot the ball, or like move to your goalie and then shoot the ball from there, which will waste the maximum amount of time. Oh, that just sucks. Cool. So it was 4:30. I think it wastes a good roughly around 30 seconds, honestly.